Welcome to the StockMiner.com studios here in the Black Hills of South Dakota. I'm your Stockminer, Brian Johnson. Move down today in the markets, then a move up today in the markets. But we finished with a move down today in the markets. Kind of a roller coaster ride to finish options expiration week. Was great if you were a day trader. You might have been able to pull some money out of this. But overall, lots of choppy action. Very difficult way to kind of end the week, where it left us really, as would be expected, in limbo. Markets love to leave you hanging on a Friday afternoon. Will it go up? Will it go down? You look at it over the weekend. You make your assessments. You get your biases. Establish those before Monday comes, and then you wait and see what happens. Truth is, the charts are showing us just a bunch of consolidation going sideways here. Same thing today. Went up, then back down. No real move here on the Dow. If we look at the daily, there's a couple things to note here. I wondered if we might not try to get back up and reclaim this 20-day moving average after we touched it yesterday, and no such luck. We're still stuck between the 20 and the 50 looking for some kind of move. We are still stuck in a big bull flag waiting for some kind of move. Nothing's really changed from what we talked about on Wednesday. So going on the Dow daily, we had a move up. Talked to my subscribers about whether or not we could push in and pass this 20-day moving average, maybe even finish there for the day, and we did not get there as the markets move things down. So here we sit, still stuck in our pattern, still stuck in our consolidation. It's a very clean, nicely planned, well laid out move by the bulls, if you will. And until we break these levels down here, I really have to just side with the bulls in this case. If we look at the NASDAQ or the NDX 60, you'll see here on a 60-minute, we're just wandering sideways. We were down 18 points today. But overall, if you take the move, then we go back up, and we go back down. Here we are wandering ourselves sideways. I'm going to have a couple of lines I want you guys to be watching coming into next week. I'll give that to you on Friday if you guys want to get an idea of what to be watching for. But it really boils down to the 20 and the 50. 20 and the 50, 20 and the 50, 20 and the 50. We're just bouncing between those two moving averages here, especially on the NASDAQ. And yet again, another consolidation as it appears. Breaks one way or the other will give us our answer. Today we really got nothing. NASDAQ was pretty volatile, as were the rest of the markets, and they all followed each other really tight today. By the time we were done, everything finished at about 0.75% one way or the other. We have a 7.1, a 7.4, and a 7.7 on the indices. So 0.75% was a good median line here for what we saw by the end of the day. Everything really following closely with one another, which is kind of odd. Typically we see one indice maybe leading the way or a little bit lagging. But today, everything moving very much in tandem. Moving to a weekly as well, we did hold the 20-week moving average. You don't suppose that might become an interesting point of conversation for next week's trading, do you? I would say yes. So watch this too coming into next week. I'll be back with you not until till Monday. Obviously my subscriber videos will be out on Sunday, but the daily ones will be out on Monday. So for Monday, you want to watch this. Keep that on your charts as your level of support. Now let me just also bring to your attention that we didn't really go anywhere. I mean, we were down for the week about 1%. Not a bad move, 28 points or so in the NDX, but overall, not really making any kind of really large move here one way or the other. Still very controlled to the downside. SPX showing us the same thing. Very, very, very controlled move, especially from where we came from. Here we have back in here the Monday time frame, shoot to the upside. We never made it back down. So even for the week, yeah, I mean, not bad for the bulls. They didn't really give up any ground. Not bad for the bears. They didn't give up any ground really either. But more importantly, in all of the trading we've seen, we have not seen any real strength from the bears. Is there anybody that can raise their hand and go, man, the bears were strong for the last few weeks? I would say no. So looking at the daily on the SPX as well, since we even hit 1370, look, we're down 40 points in the matter of about a month. We're almost through a month here, and we're really only down about 40 points. Just am not really making any strong decisions here. Still stuck between the 20 and the 50, and still wandering our way sideways. Still stuck in a bull flag as we are in all the other ones. So no real decisions being made here by the markets. This makes for very, very tricky trading, by the way. If you guys are playing the indices, I would highly caution you against jumping into any major positions until we make the break one way or the other. VIX on a daily, same type of thing. Big spike up. Now, isn't this interesting? Saw a move down today. Saw a huge spike up today. I mean, this thing's up 12% while the markets were up 0.75. Okay, back into the 17. Is this the start of something exciting and new? Will the VIX decide to spike heavily while the markets drop major? That isn't what we've seen. We see the VIX spike, and then it maybe spikes again, and the markets are down a little bit, maybe sideways. The VIX is all spiking up, then it goes nowhere. Actually, it goes straight down. So the VIX has not proven anything to me that it's actually in any remote way ready to create some sort of new panic in the markets. By the end of the week, we just finished flat. We're just sitting here around that 17 mark. No indication whatsoever over the last, count them backwards, weeks. Just nothing here. It's just been straight sideways. So the VIX, people are just not, investors anyway, are just not getting too spooked about what they're seeing in the markets. Apple 60 minutes seen another good drop today of 1.5%, down $5 today. So back below that 340 mark, you can see was not good for Apple as it plunged most of the day. Made for actually some pretty decent trading. If you look at the 60 minute, this was a very, very tradable, easily tradable chart in through here as it held nicely to this overhead resistance level and just never ever was able to gain any kind of ground. But where are we at? Overall, wandering sideways. Here's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Start, finish, really nowhere. Not much for Apple to talk about here. Good moves if you're day trading it. Finally, it's moving. That move below 345 that we had been talking about when it happened, what a great move. And since then, we've seen good volatility within Apple for you day traders, which beats the heck out of this because this just sucks. But here we see nice moves, both up and down, giving you opportunities to day trade it. If you're holding Apple, whether it's long or short, a little frustrating. Going nowhere here. So new breaks back above here and back below there coming in next week. Give you something to trade. Maybe we'll see some more movement. More importantly, I really thought Apple might try to make a push and hold that 20-week moving average. Nothing. No such luck. And the volume was decent. It wasn't really anything spectacular. But right now, no real push to try to reclaim that 20-week moving average. That is not good for Apple in through here. So once again, breaks below some of these levels. That 320 level still in sight. Still very much in sight, along with the 50 potentially, on any kind of major move down in Apple. So any major push up, absolutely got to have about that 344, 345 marked on your chart for Apple. Okay? That'll be a major area. That's that 20-week moving average. That's something that any kind of major push upwards, God, geez, they really want to collect that again if they can get back to that spot. FAS saw some good movement today, back below the 28, down at 27.52. But overall, here we go again. Welcome to the financials, chopping sideways. These are really good. FAS, FAZ guys, great for day trading, terrible for swing trading. They're bad. They just don't trend. They don't trend enough. How about that? FAZ saw a big push up too by the end of the week here. We're basically back to break even. Here's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Whoop, right back for Friday. So here we have about 43.50, finishing at about 43.30. There's really no change. Matter of fact, I'll just switch to a weekly and we'll just see what it did for the week. Ta-da! Nothing. Just kind of a big hammerish type candle, if you will. Low volume, nothing really to talk about here. Where's it at? Doop-de-doo, consolidation. It sounds like one of those old high school, school rock type songs, Consolidation. Anyway, I won't sing it because I'm terrible. So we're still looking for pushes back above this level here. Maybe the financials fall and maybe we get this push, but really, guys, this has only been good for day trading, and this is why. It's not going anywhere. Yuck. Let's say you went short back here in February. Thought, hey, I'm a champion. Yeah, well, you're pretty much break even is really what you are if you've held all that time. It just hasn't gone anywhere. So very, very difficult trading within financials. The consolidation always leads to a big push one way or the other. Now, where that is, I don't know. Is it up? Is it down? We don't know. Let the charts decide. Those will be things I will be tracking more coming into the beginning of next week. Okay? So on Monday night, we'll talk more about it and see if we can't get some real direction here in the markets. But you can see, guys, it's just choppiness. I would stay away from the financials unless you're day trading them. Stay away from the financials from a longer-term time frame and look for stocks that are going to move day after day, week after week. They're out there. They exist. They're not hard to find. Once again, shameless plug for the newsletter. I will be doing that this weekend again, taking off stuff that is now dead to me. It is dead to me as a trade. Rip my shirt, be done with those stocks, and then I'll put new stocks on for the upcoming week. Seeing some things move. We saw some pretty good stuff move. I'll show them to you. I'll show them to you next week. But ERY gave us a little bit of money. That'll probably come off. We made a little bit on that, not a whole lot. CCE was one we tracked. We did very well on this one. TZA, I made a little bit of money on this one this week. Stopped out earlier in the week for a little bit of a trade. And VIT. This was a tricky one here. Some people got in, some people didn't. For those that did, down 20% in 1 week, as low as 23. That was a tricky trade, though. Very, very difficult one to trade. So I would love to claim, yeah, look, I'm a champion. We made a ton of money off this, but I can't claim that. Very, very difficult one to trade. Some people got in, some people did not. Actually, most people did not. But those that did made, of course, a very good change by the end of the week. If they aren't already staying in it, they can stay in it over the weekend. But we had some good opportunities to get out and make a lot of profit on this. So if you held till the end of the week, you made approximately, 15 to 18%, I think, of this entire move. So this was one that really ran on me. I've had some excellent runners. I've had some very slow gainers, which is very common, but I've had a lot of really good runners the last few weeks. You can check my Monday videos and just kind of go to the end of my Monday videos, and that'll make it really quick. That'll show you what I've been trading the previous weeks. You can see that we've had good luck with a lot of really hard runners. This was one of them. All right, guys. Anyway, be back with you again, once again, Monday. We'll go over these a little bit more perspective and kind of show you where we would have gotten in, where we did get in, and what we kind of made on the deals. But overall, pretty good week. Talk to you guys again. Have a great weekend on Monday.